So you guys have, so the journey started out as a spec builder. You've morphed into more of a custom builder and build on your site, where most builders are the exact opposite.
Yeah.
You know, they start out building on the site and then they kind of work their way into developing land and maybe building specs or models at the end. So what have been some of the major obstacles that you've run into of getting to where you're at today?
I think the biggest obstacle we had was maybe ending that partnership and then creating this new business. So that kind of confidence, and we were in that business for probably 6 or 7 years. So just to be able to take that challenge and start the new business, obviously we had a lot of experience, but that was definitely a challenge, and going from having a steady paycheck and income coming in and jobs going on to not knowing what's going to go on.
Restarting.
Yeah, that was probably
you get comfortable, right? You get comfortable, but then it's not good for you, and then it's just kind of ripping off the Band-Aid and being like, oh man, we have to start from scratch again. Okay, well, can we do it? Are we going to do it? Do we do it? So anyways, we did it and it's working. So. Yeah.
And so what setbacks did you have along the way of going through that process?
Getting the company started, obviously it's, there's financing, there's coming up with money, especially when we had to buy all those lots for the first project. It's just weird. Like we're in a different place right now where I look at a bank account balance and there's a number where I'm like, okay, I don't want to get under there because then we're in scary territory. But then I remember what the bank account balance was before, and I'm like, hey, we were fine. Let's go. We're rolling. Like, we're super happy. So that changes with different stages as well. So obviously getting that financing in place was tough. That was a big stress to know that you have these commitments made and you're not 100% sure if they're going to work or not. But you have to work through it. So those were some challenging times. They went well, obviously. I mean, I think it's kind of the same for every builder, probably in the last few years when those first kind of COVID shutdown happened, especially for us as builders. A learning lesson was we were starting to do some homes for clients on their lots, but myself being very trusting and accepting, when we would get payments from clients, sometimes, the bank only dispersed this amount. So this is how much we're going to pay you. And okay, we'll continue work. And I think at one point we had one job that was like 300,000 over that they owed us. Another job was like 75. There was one that was like 120. And I didn't realize how dangerous.
Right. That's very exposed.
Especially as a growing company. Because, I had those payments coming due to our suppliers, even though the work was, I've made the commitment to those suppliers. So I have to pay them. Yeah. There are trades, they have mouths to feed. So I have to be more responsible in getting those payments, receiving those payments on time. So that was probably that was a reality check, but we made it through and we've used those lessons better for the future, I'd say.